everybody, happy Saturday. So the update for the past couple of weeks in regards to my little predicament that I was having at work with a coworker, and how to handle that particular situation, where it happened to be someone that I had to work with, I could not avoid, and was someone that challenged me. So I have great news. Um, I've come to the realization that that person is who they are. I am who I am. And I had to do kind of a reset, right? So I did that. I did a reset. I took a weekend. I went journaling. I got down to the nitty gritty about what it is about this person that triggers me, right? Because your triggers are 100% your responsibility, right? So, whatever it was about this particular person that was making me feel insecure and triggered, I needed to deal with. I need to figure it out and I need to deal with it. So I realized something about myself, and that is that since I have healed and I have been able to manage my emotions much better, I also was in an environment all this time where I was working from home or from an office that only I was in. I didn't have coworkers really, right? And now you take all of this, I can manage my emotions and all of that, and take me out of the remote setting and into an office with coworkers. And now I'm going to get an environment that I no longer have control over. And I found that that is what my problem was, is when I was working remotely, I had control over who I had to have interactions with and who I didn't. I had control over who I wanted to talk to and who I didn't want to talk to. I had control over so much, pretty much everything in my life. And now that I am not in a remote work environment anymore, I do not have that control. And it was definitely triggering me because it is not something that I had dealt with before. And I didn't realize that that's what the problem was. Again, the problem is not the coworker, right? The problem is me and my reaction to the coworker. And that's what I needed to figure out. And now that I understand that this is what my problem is, now how do I react to it, right? So I've identified the issue. First, number one, I acknowledged that I had some kind of issue with this person. Number two, I acknowledged that my issue was more internal than it was of that other person, okay? And number three, I identified the environment in which is triggering those emotions in me, okay? Now, number four, I need to figure out, okay, how am I now that I know all of this, what am I going to do with this information? Okay? So now I'm going to remember that my reaction to this coworker is going to be a result of my emotional intelligence, right? And I need to remember that. I need to remember that however I react to this person moving forward is going to directly reflect on me, not them. Okay, so with that said, I have really been able to rein in how I react to this person when they say things inappropriate, how I react to this person when they say things that I think are provoking, right? How I react to this person when morality comes into question. How I react, you know what I mean? Like, every single conversation I have with this person from that point forward has been, before you speak, how are you going to react to this? Think about how I'm going to react to this. And when I take that pause and I stop and I say to myself, think about how you're going to react to that, it creates a new mindset for you to hear, process, pause, then react. Okay? Instead of you just hearing and reacting right away. Never works. Never, ever, ever works. Hear, and then process the information. Think about how you're going to react, and then react, right? So that's what I've been doing. It's been working beautifully. I'm telling you, my stress level at work and I just feel like I'm back to my old self where I'm able to be my authentic self. I don't need to change. I don't need to make any adjustments because this person is making me feel insecure. You know what I mean? The only adjustment I need to make is I'm not in a remote environment anymore, and I need to be respectful and aware of that. Right? So I wanted to let you guys know my findings. It took me a little bit to kind of post this video because it took me a little bit to process that and to come to this conclusion, right? Growth takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So, you do your research. I went to a couple of coaching trainings. I talked to some other coaches about it. And a therapist even about it. And not my therapist, but I know other therapists in the field and stuff like that. So I bounce this off of some people and say, what do you think this means? I feel like this is what it means, but what do you think? And we kind of all came to the same conclusion that most likely that is what it is. And now that I've identified that and I'm reacting appropriately to it, is 100% validating that we're all correct. Because it's no longer a trigger and it's no longer bothering me. And I can now thrive in my workplace and not have to worry about that person. So anyways, there's that. Excuse my appearance today. I had a coaching summit that I went to today. It was at home online, and it was 5 hours long. It was terrific. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just spent. So I'm just at home watching some movies about shark attacks. So have a wonderful rest of your Saturday night, and I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Bye.